Warning. This program may contain explicit language that may be considered offensive or inappropriate to children and some adults.
The following content is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello geeks, and welcome to another session of Geekin' Out, a bi-weekly podcast where we get together and we geek out about some cool nerd stuff. So we've got our regular panel today. We've got Ricky Z. Say hey, Ricky.
Hey, Ricky.
She's our resident social media guru.
I'm sorry, I'm corny.
Which your face. We got Duryea, who can't be quiet over here and who's also eating. I love that. Just stuff in his face.
Dang.
On our show. No. He's our creator. He's our guru. He is our everything. We love Duryea. Thank you for being here, Duryea. We got Julian. Hello, Julian.
Hi.
He is our resident fantasy sci-fi elf. I'm just going to call him our elf. And then we've also got a special guest today. And this is Dan Angel. And forgive me, this is going to be a tongue twister. He is a 7 times inheritance psychobibliomaniac. He is an anime geek, particularly Bleach and Magi Labyrinth of Magic. Love Magi. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a fire-type Pokemon trainer since 1996. Hello.
Oh.
And a Starship Trooper space junkie. So, that is our special guest for today.
I'm more inclined to plant Pokemon myself, so.
I'm a water type, but I mean, I think it's the Pisces.
Alright, you can stay over there then.
It is Pisces season, by the way, speaking of water type.
Pisces season.
And before we continue, shout out to Garrett Gray. It's his birthday today. I'm almost 1,000% he's not watching. But happy birthday, Garrett.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Garrett.
birthday, Garrett.
Oh, I love you, boo-boo. Goodness, I love him. Okay, well, so now that we've introduced our panel, what we like to start off with first, typically, or, do we want to do a commercial break first?
It's not a commercial break.
Nope. Duryea, take it
So,
over.
I'm taking over. But I'm about to mess up everything on screen. Okay, I did it. Okay, great. So
All right.
I'm taking over for 1 second because in 2 days we are having our 24-hour live stream, which is going to be a fundraiser event, which is going to be raising money for our very first ever self-produced project, which is going to be a web series called Flirting with Destiny. So the GoFundMe is up now, but it's going like live on Wednesday. We're going to be promoting it all day. But I just want to give you guys a rundown of these shows that we're going to have on the 24-hour live stream. So we're going to kick off the live stream with Sip and Kiki, which is basically a pop culture reality show music digest where we're going to gossip and talk shit and laugh. Then after that, we're going to have a live comic drawing tutorial where an artist is going to sit down and show us his best version of the Joker, and he's going to show us all the tips in making it look graphic and real and cool. Then we're going to have Late Night with Liz, which is self-explanatory, late night talk, advice, chat, music. We're going to have an unknown history of Asian Americans during the Civil War. Then we're going to have the WHAR Power Hour, which is just original music for a straight hour for those early people. We're going to do a review of The Witcher. We're going to have a video editing 101 stream. We're going to have a Marvel Cinematic Universe theories and speculation thread.
I'm mad about that because I'm straight in the middle of school during that time.
I know, right? We did it on purpose.
Ooh,
Then we're going to have a live stream review of Malcolm and Marie, and A Much Ado About Nothing starring Danielle Brooks.
Nice.
After that, we're going to have a seminar on real estate investing with Jessica Myers of itsjessicamyers.com. She just recently got off of an $8 million deal with Hilton. So she's going to let us know how to get like her. After that, we're going to premiere another Whoa Nelly First Time Financials, which is a new podcast about first generation finances when you basically grew up poor, now you have money and what to do. Then we're going to do a live makeup tutorial, followed by a live cooking session. Then we're going to have an LGBTQ panel, which we're going to basically talk about our experiences growing up LGBTQ and what that was like. Then after that, we're going to have Talk It Out, of course, which the topic is going to be defunding the police, which will be incredibly interesting. And we're going to close the night out with our favorite Geekin panel doing Birds of Prey movie review. Everybody's going to be there except Chris.
How you gonna do that?
Shame. I feel shamed.
But only because he's got like a real job, so he's got to be like up early in the morning and attentive.
So early, and I have like 2 reclass meetings that day. I don't even want to talk about it. It's fine.
It's okay, but he'll be here in spirit. But we are going to have Mo Smith Pro, filling in for him that night. So it'll be a great event. Come out, hang out with us all day, or just hang out with us for some of it. Let us know which stream you're most excited about in the comments, and make sure you come see us. All right.
Can I say that most of them I'm kind of here for? Like the Asian American one sounds like really great. The makeup, the music, the editing. Oh my god, there's like a lot of them. I might have to sit here the whole time. Yeah, the drawing one. I'm like, oh, I totally want to do that one.
It's dope because when I reached out to people to do it, I was just like, I need you to fill a slot. You can really do whatever you want to do, and it's so dope that people came with these really like interesting, but also like they're different enough, but they're kind of like all nerdy, so it works out. So I'm just also thank you for everyone who's going to be on the panel, hosting a panel, who isn't hosting but helped in some sort of way. You guys are awesome. I love you. All right, it's your show again, Chris.
Okay,
until later.
Until later. Until we decide it's not again. It's fine. All right, so this is the part of the show where we all like to talk about what we are geeking out about right now at the moment. So let's start off with our special guest panelist, Dan Angel. What are you geeking out about right now?
This instant, right now, I'm reading Asimov's The Foundation in preparation for the Apple Plus TV series coming out later this year.
Wait, what?
What is this about?
The Foundation, it's like a space saga. It's it inspired, later television shows like Star Trek. It was written back in like the 20s or 30s, I think, but yeah, it's like one of the first like space sagas ever written that inspired a lot of like future generations.
We
How big
get
is this novel?
vintage geek.
Yeah.
Vintage geek.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I can only imagine how the sci-fi part of it was back then. You know what I mean? Like a little bit more fantastical and a little bit less like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like based on like actual science and physics these days. They kind of take what they have now and make it a little bit more extravagant. But it's been like 80 years, so. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you're geeking out about right now?
You can really go ham right now. Don't be shy. Go ham. Like, what are you geeking out about? Like,
let us know.
Seriously,
I have a lot
geek
of
out.
in school, so like right now, that's my focus. That's the only thing I got.
Okay.
Fair.
Okay.
He is a very new teacher these days.
Yeah,
so
congratulations.
Not new, but kind of new. But you know what I mean. So
What
it's
do you
like
teach?
Ricky's
biology.
Biology?
Yeah.
Yes,
Bless you.
Biology.
I love you. Are you kidding?
Science.
Love it. I absolutely adore it. Now you know why we're friends.
So sci-fi, anything space, I'm like all about. Mars, like perseverance, like landing on Mars was just like that day was just like, so amazing.
Well, speaking of spacey things, it was a full moon. 2 days ago? It was the healing moon. Just so everyone knows.
It wasn't very healing. I'm sorry.
I
And
lit a candle.
it was cloudy where I live. So.
Right. Like whenever there's a full moon, like it's wild in the classroom. So man, bump those moons.
See, I love clouds. I prefer like when it's raining, or like about to rain, or like just finished raining,
What?
or like in a torrential downpour, or like monsoon.
Both of them, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Those are
So
best
much.
when you're inside though, not when you have to like go out or do anything.
If I could do
I like every
this,
day when I
if
get
I could avoid sickness every time it rains, I would literally go and run outside and just stand in the rain. But you do that, and then eventually you have to come back inside, and then you get
Like a
cold.
90s R&B video. God.
Shut up. That was me actually.
And
the
a
other
white
day.
t-shirt.
That's my whole life, baby.
Yes.
Can you stop the rain? Hey, Chris, that's the movement, though. Chris, that's the movement right there. That's the one.
You know,
Whatever. I was
I'm
listening to a
not-
lot of 90s the other day. It was nice. Ashanti, I was doing
Yes.
a radio playlist. About
Ashanti is not the 90s, dude.
But it was
That's
like 90s R&B is on.
Ashanti's
her
is
playlist.
not
No.
the 90s.
Then that
She's
radio
not the
station was wrong.
90s, but
You need to
okay,
get
what
off
the-
of that.
Whatever.
Fix that.
The point is, there was a solid amount of 90s R&B in there.
This
so
reminds me of that
okay.
episode where he was trying to convince us that like Aliens was a slasher film.
13 Ghosts.
What's that mean?
It was 13 Ghosts. That's what it was. It was 13 Ghosts.
Whatever. It was like,
Clearly all the paranormal. No, that's not slasher film.
I mean, one of them killed somebody with a knife. I remember that. There was a blade
That
in there
levitated
somewhere.
No, he's right. There, one of the ghosts had a knife. He's absolutely
Thank you.
right.
There was
She
a blade
did.
in there somewhere.
And
She
porno
did.
titties.
And
Okay.
big old, yeah, titties out the whole movie.
Porno titties. All right. Thank you, Dan. All right, so we're gonna move on to our next person. I'm just gonna go clockwise and say Rakia.
Okay.
What are you geeking out about?
Okay, so this week is Read Across America Week. Yes, so if you're in the elementary schools, read, please. Reading is fundamental. Also, it usually
Right.
coincides with Dr. Seuss's birthday.
I found out that Dr. Seuss is problematic.
Yeah. Yes, so look, I'm trying to read up on it more. So like there's some. So if you don't know much about Dr. Seuss outside of the fact that a lot of his books rhyme, they're actually really political in nature.
Yeah.
Quite a few of them are. So there's that. But there were some of his earlier works where there could be some anti-Semitism, some racism. Now, like, that changed over time where he, like, realized that this wasn't okay and made those changes. But, that you have to discuss these things. You have to be able to, like, let's not turn a blind eye to it. It's okay to discuss it. It's okay to say some of these things aren't okay, and we'll try to do better. So usually, I find that some of the librarians that I've been following, they're like, instead of like promoting.
You follow
Dr. Seuss-
librarians?
Yes, I do. I have a whole like teacher Twitter account. Don't
I'm
judge
not
me.
even gonna do it.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm not
I
even
love
gonna do
it.
Yes! I am not surprised.
I do,
Is that
I
terrible?
I totally have a whole teacher account for Twitter. But like so instead of like promoting like Dr. Seuss books to read, let's promote some of these other child books, especially ones dealing with anti-racism, diversity, inclusion. Like, let's support these ones instead if you're wanting to teach your child things. And there are plenty of those things that kind of go with the whole like phonological awareness that goes with Dr. Seuss books, like with the rhyming and the counting and all that stuff.
A friend of mine was just talking to me the other day about, I wish I remembered the name of the book that she's teaching in her class, and it's about not pronouns, but it's basically about like how a child could be born, and how they're a child, their heart feels one way, their mind feels another way, and their body looks another way. It's really interesting because I think that inclusion does start really young, because when you really think about it, like, we were really young when we started to be able to tell and look at differences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how we respond to those differences heavily had to do with how our parents responded to those
Absolutely.
differences. So, just interesting. And also, I want to say, as far as, I'll have to ask the group a question. So if you're watching out there, I'm not trying to blast you out. I'm just going to mention this. It's on I saw someone on their page, and they said that they were tired of the word problematic. They feel like, and maybe this is a talk it out thing. I don't know. We'll see. And if it is, you know, because we try to avoid politics here. But if you realize, like, a lot of these fiction geeky people are really like spilling into politics all the time. Take it, Rowling, and some other people. So
to be honest,
he said he was
fantasy is very political.
Well, he said Wizard of Oz. He said he was tired of the word problematic because he felt like when you say something is or someone is problematic without any explanation behind it, it then is not. It doesn't go anywhere. I disagreed. I felt like if I just say you're problematic, then yes, that's way too vague. But like if you do something and I point that out as problematic, then as a person, it's your job to figure out why. It's not my job as the person that offended
that right
to
there, like,
explain it to you.
If someone says something's problematic, either, you know, real simple, ask why.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't have to, what if they don't want to tell you why?
Well,
but whoever doesn't really want to tell. I mean, there is, like, you maybe don't want to explain, but it's like...
Then, you know, Google's free, you know, 365, 24/7. If you just want to look it up, figure it out.
Oh, you just said something that it brought up something, and I can't remember what it was now. Damn it. What was it? That happens all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, so happy Read Across America Week, everybody, all the book nerds and all that stuff.
Does anybody else think about Us when she said that?
What do you mean?
Book nerds? Who's
the movie?
The movie Us?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Who's seen Us?
I've seen
Like,
it.
you talking like Hands Across America?
Yeah. As soon as she said Read Across America, I was like, oh no. I was like, that's a real thing?
Yes.
Does that mean
Well, I mean, like, Hands Across America was also a real thing too.
Look, let's not talk about it, okay? Let's not talk about it.
But okay, so there's that. What else was there? Oh, but also to the point that you brought up, like, guys, science fiction in general has some, like, relation to the real world. Like, your favorite shows, whatever, it's sci-fi, supernatural, whatever, there's ties to the real world, and they're also written by people who live in the real world. like humans that deal, like, they're in the real world, so, like...
What?
Right. So, like, why...
Really?
Like, there's never really a full escape. I get the feeling that people want to be like, this is escapism for me. Sorry, it's not always built that way. But what else am I geeking out about? Definitely geeking out about Wednesday.
I know it's exciting.
Ooh,
Yes, because
the new Netflix series.
Mm-hmm.
what's happening on Netflix on Wednesday?
It's coming out on Wednesday.
Oh, bitch.
Right.
Okay. So I first thought that she was talking about Wednesday the live stream, which is what she's actually
Look, I want that
talking
too. I'm
about.
ready
was
for
like,
that too.
yes, that's awesome.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I want that too. But what is actually coming out on Wednesday?
Wednesday Addams are doing a series on Netflix.
Oh, yes, I know that.
Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
That's when he was.
Oh, okay. Well, yes.
That's what I was talking about. Sorry.
She was trying to do an advertisement for the live stream,
I sure
Julian.
was.
Sorry.
Sure was.
Can't do nothing around here. We ain't never. He's so unprofessional
And chaotic.
and chaotic.
So on Wednesday at 10 o'clock, like Daria said, we are doing another episode, a special episode of Geeking Out, and we're talking about one of my favorite movies right now is Birds of Prey. Why it worked for me, and I don't know why it didn't work for anybody else, but bump y'all. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Don't skip ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta save that for Wednesday. And I know you guys gonna talk about it all during the MCU, like, speculations, but, like, WandaVision.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
I'm sorry.
Wait, you haven't seen it?
I have seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it because eventually.
Oh my God.
We're gonna have to have a show directly, like, just talking about this show.
We don't even have. We can have a show about episode 8.
Right.
Period.
Honestly.
About episode 8.
I was pushing. I really
Look at Julian's face. That's what you get. Because what I learned on the internet is if you don't watch it early, then that's your fault. That's what they told me.
That's rude.
It was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. But, like, what I've loved, like, every time, especially after these, like, last 2 or 3 episodes, like, after every episode, I want to go back to those past MCU movies where, like, they these things are mentioned. So like, I went back to Age of Ultron because that's when spoilers, but like you see like more of the introduction of Wanda and Pietro's like life. You see more of that.
Yes.
You've got like a smidgen of it in Age of Ultron, but you get way more of it in this episode. So I went back to Age of Ultron, which made me want to go back to watch Guardians of the Galaxy because it was talking about like I didn't realize I guess I must have like skipped my head, but like the first Infinity Stone was brought up in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, it was.
First Infinity Stone was brought up in Avengers.
That's true.
Yeah.
The Tesseract.
But they
Not even Avengers, wasn't that?
No, that was
The Tesseract.
Yeah,
When did the Tesseract showed up in Captain America?
Thor.
Oh.
No, Captain America.
Okay.
It was
No,
Iron
Captain
Man.
America, yeah,
Thor
right.
was...
No, Captain
Iron Man.
America.
No,
It was Captain America.
Okay,
Because
we're
I
gonna,
didn't see
we're
Captain
gonna,
America.
I want some money. I want some money.
But
Let me
no,
look
okay,
this up.
the end of an Iron Man.
Did we know that the Tesseract was an Infinity Stone?
Doesn't matter that we knew.
No, we didn't
But that's what
know
I'm
it
saying.
yet.
Like, but like that's like they.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
The Tesseract debuts in Captain America: The First Avenger. If y'all don't get out of my face, y'all said Iron Man.
Did I say Iron
No,
Man?
because it wasn't
Wait,
at the
wait,
end of
wait,
Iron
wait.
Man, like in the.
Bro, it's literally
Like the after credits scene.
it's literally recorded on the live
after credit
internet.
scene, they show the cube.
There was an after credits scene.
No, I'm looking at it right now. It
Yeah,
says the
with the
Tesseract
cube.
first. No, dude, the Tesseract first appears. I'm looking at that
I'ma
shit
watch
right now. I
it.
googled it.
I'm gonna watch.
Though
it.
not the first on-screen appearance. Wait,
There we go. Debut
I
versus
lied.
on-screen. Oh.
it was Thor.
Thor.
It was
at
in
the end of
Thor
one of them.
during the post credits.
Thank you.
But how? I thought Captain America came out before Thor.
Nope. Thor came out first. The first Thor came out before that.
Whatever.
I remember it was like.
So I guess I'm
It
wrong.
was during the I guess the post is the before no the after it was after credits, the post credits. I was like I know they showed the cube because I remember Samuel L. Jackson seeing the cube. Ricky's also talking, but you're muted. Sorry.
No, but what I was saying is like that like Guardians of the Galaxy was like the first movie where they're like, this is the Infinity Stone. This is what's we're gonna start seeing this character here. So like that's what I was saying. Anyways, whatever.
I mean, the word Infinity Stone. I don't know when that was first used. However, as soon as Thanos showed up at the end of Avengers, we knew the Infinity Stones were going to be involved.
well, as someone that did not read the comics,
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
Déjala.
Whose fault is that? Shouldn't have been following all them teachers and librarians on Facebook.
Look, whatever. They probably read them too. It's fine. Someone would have told me. Anyways, but yes, so like I've been like I'm waiting for the time for us to really sit down and just go into WandaVision. And I'm really like sad that like there won't be like a season 2, but like I completely understand.
I don't think there's gonna be a season 2 of any of these shows.
Which but the thing is like I completely understand the logic in that though. It's just sad. It's like I want more of this, but I get the story. I get the.
I don't understand the logic. It actually makes me mad. I feel like it's very sexist.
But I think
I do. No. I do think it's very sexist because if you look at it, Captain Marvel's gonna get sequels. Interesting enough that she's like the most hated female character, woman character in the whole MCU. Black Widow, who was one of the most popular ones, they don't give her nothing until after she's dead. So clearly, they're not going to make a series of movies about that. If it is a series, it's not going to be with ScarJo. Mm-hmm. And then you have like WandaVision, who is like arguably at this point the most liked woman in the Avengers. And then you introduce not only her, but then you introduce freaking Monica Rambeau. How dare you give us two of the like most likable characters existing, and then be like, oh, but you only get one iteration of him.
I don't know, like because I think they're probably gonna do the same thing with the Falcon and Winter Soldier series too. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's gonna be like one season because it's all have to connect with what's gonna go on in the film. So I understand. I just don't like it. I want more. Give me more. Feed me, see more.
I mean, it's better than nothing because we could like be getting nothing at all.
Right.
But I want to complain. I want to see the manager. How about that?
Where's your blonde wig?
I'm Karening. I'm gonna Karen the
Where's your
MCU.
blonde wig?
I just decided that I want to see the manager. My little pixie cut.
Yes.
You're gonna write a very angry letter.
your Kate plus 8 hair.
A very pointed letter.
That was the hair too. It was the K plus 8.
That
Yes.
was that hair.
And is there anything else I'm geeking out about? I think that's the main thing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. Well,
yeah, go ahead.
that's what you're geeking out about. And there we
I
go.
have to save it for Wednesday. Sorry.
So we're gonna rotate over to Julian.
That's not clockwise. You can't skip no hours on the clock.
Oh, you want me to do me first?
You said you was going. I mean, you can do what you want. It's your show. I'm just saying.
Well, I just thought that, like, I would
Leave him
I would be
alone.
respectful. I thought I would be respectful and go last, but I mean, if you want me to go first,
No. It's your show. I'm just
Chris,
saying.
what you want? Go on, Julian.
I mean, he could save you for last. Is that what you? Unless that's what you want.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
Anyway, so I'm just gonna go next anyway, and y'all can figure out the
Yes.
last spot. So what am I geeking out about? From the last time we were talking about Magic School Bus. Finished it, awesome. Yeah, and the new ones are so good, especially the bio nerd, the bio teacher. I'm like, oh, you're totally gonna love everything about it because I loved everything about it.
My nephews are
just-
currently
it's-
obsessed with that show. I'm so happy with that.
Isn't it? It's so good.
They're 5
Okay.
and 3, and they love
Aw.
it. Anyway.
totally goes along with the theme too because that was a '90s cartoon. Okay.
It was.
Yes.
It's also on my list, but I was like, oh, we kind of already talked about it, so I'm just gonna like gloss over it quick. Anyway, other than that, I finished Magicians, the newest season.
Yes,
Which was,
Thomas is
it was
watching
really-
it right now.
I like cried a lot. Okay, I was kind of not expecting that because,
Did
well, I
you?
mean, if you saw the last season, you'll kind of know why. If you saw this season kind of is centered around like certain events and things like that. It was just like, oh, there's a lot of stuff happening that's like making me. I'm like, oh, I feel bad. These are my characters, kind of a thing. So I cried a little bit. It was good. The Magicians, but otherwise I watched and finished the Winx saga, which was really interesting. I have to say.
Okay, interesting. That means that it wasn't good.
No, it was
No.
it was good. It was okay. So I was gonna say
It
like
was
that.
good?
The acting could have kind of been like a little bit.
Okay, but the acting being
But I
bad is
mean,
literally like 50%.
It's not bad.
of the
It's not
thing.
bad. It was just okay, whatever. But I mean, that's like a lot of stuff these days since they're pretty.
Don't you hate that? There's like literally a billion actors in the world, and they find like the 8 that suck.
Isn't that
I think it's worth.
I haven't seen no shade to these actors, but there's so many products that come out, and it's like, why did y'all pick them? It's
Yeah. Okay, Destiny. Yes. You cried too. Yes, absolutely. But like that's what I'm saying. So there's a lot of actors that are they're not bad actors. They're just not like the greatest ones, I suppose. And maybe it's the writing. I don't know. Maybe it's the direction.
Yeah,
You don't have to be. Listen, you don't
You
have to
never
be
know.
Angela Bassett to play a freaking fairy. I'm sorry.
But what would it be like if she did?
But what would it be?
Oh,
like
but
if she
it would be
She'd
like-
the most badass fairy.
Right. She would literally be playing the fairy.
She would be the only one.
I need to write that movie for Angela Bassett,
Oh,
the fairy.
Yes.
Please.
Go ahead and
You've seen her
copyright
as a
that.
witch, and
Coming
it
to a
was
theater near
amazing,
you.
So
Yeah. But it's really good. So it's it's interesting. I really like the way that their magic system is pretty solid, I would say. There are like a few gaps in it, which is always like the magic system is usually my big draw. So like there's a few gaps here and there. So there is that. It's not like my favorite part, but they do try to keep it as consistent as possible, so it's pretty solid. And then beyond that, like the special effects were actually pretty solid as well. I have to say, like the way they animate, they bring the elements to life was it's pretty good. So I was just like, okay, they could do worse, but they're definitely doing a solid job here. That also goes in the spirit of the inheritance cycle that we were talking about for Dan Angel over there. Because Aragon, so there's a love-hate about Aragon, like the series itself. The inheritance cycle is, obviously, it's like best-selling, it's critically acclaimed, the whole 9. What, it's written by like a 9-year-old, no? Am I wrong with that?
No.
He was 9 at the time.
I mean, he started writing it
He
when
was
he was
really
like
young at the
12
time.
or something.
That's what it was. He was like 12 at the time when he started writing these books or whatever. And now, like, they're big and stuff. But
Literally a child.
Yeah, literally he was a child, exactly. But the movies, and that's the thing. So the movies, I feel like, kind of reflected that for being the first one. Well, no, not even. The movie was just a terrible adaptation.
Yeah, it was
had
terrible
what's his
adaptation.
name? John Malkovich was in it. Of all fucking people.
Oh,
but
God.
like, I Right? You get this big name actor, and he had only like 2 scenes in the whole fucking movie, but he was in it as well, and I guess he was
which
like
is probably the
main
only draw for them, right?
Exactly, but
the
the animation though was fucking spot on. The FX were really, really good. Like the spell casting
The
and
CGI.
The CGI was really, really, really good. And that was the thing that I hated and loved the most about it, because I was like, oh, look at this movie, because it came out like in 2012.
It was like some 2011 something like that.
Something like that. So like I was like, oh, look at this movie that came out at this time, and like, the special effects are awesome. The dragon is amazing, and the magic looks great. And all this other stuff, but then I was just like, oh, but this movie itself is so bad. I don't know who wrote this shit. Well, the movie.
It's just that when you take out
books,
certain
obviously
details,
were much different. Yeah. It's always hard. It's always hard for sagas like that. But yeah. Other than that, that's really mostly it. Oh. Okay. So I didn't see the Golden Globes yesterday, but obviously they went down. We all know about that. So there is somebody won a Golden Globe for a movie that I have not yet seen, but I hear is really good, and I kind of want to see it, so I'm going to say it here. It is, what is it? Billie Holiday.
The United States versus Billie Holiday.
That's the one. That's the one.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about it a little bit.
We'll talk about it because this is technically geek culture, and geek culture can include film geek.
Yes.
So Andra Day, who is a singer, won a Golden Globe for her first ever performance, which is really, there's only like a few singers who've come out of the gate and won like big awards, and that would be Barbara, Jenny, and I guess now Andrew, right? But our favorite was Jennifer, so but we'll talk about that later. Anyway,
Okay.
so she won Golden Globe for Best Lead Actress in a Motion Picture. Jennifer Hudson won for Best Supporting Actress. And apparently, she's the first black woman in 35 years to win that award.
Yep.
35 years.
But,
the last black woman that won that award was Whoopi freaking Goldberg in The Color Purple.
Meanwhile, civil rights was literally only 80 years ago. That's like my grandma.
But when we talk about it, what sucks about that is, it goes back to a multitude of things. It's not just, it is opportunity. But it's also who's deciding these awards. Like, that's also an issue. Because, when Viola Davis won her Emmy, she said it was because, the opportunities weren't present, which is absolutely true. Right. But then if you think about it, there's plenty of black actresses who've led movies and done amazingly so. They're just not getting... The people who are picking these awards aren't watching those movies. Or are watching them and just aren't
still not giving them the
caring. Yeah.
Right.
So that was my issue with it. Like, it sucked because the moment I was happy for her, I was then pissed. Because I was happy that she won first, and then I saw the article that said she was the first woman in 35 years to win it. So then my happiness for her immediately was replaced with the hell? And it wasn't just her. Daniel Kaluuya, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, won Best Supporting Actor for Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, that was so good.
And he's the 5th black person to win that award.
Yeah, that's that one right there.
Isn't that crazy?
I watched.
But I'm sorry, one more thing. If y'all count all the people who've won Oscars, black people, you're probably counting 12 people.
Right.
Yeah.
Won Oscars for acting. Sorry. Yeah. You're probably counting 12 people.
Right.
And when you really think about that, anyway, and that doesn't even include Native actors, Asian American actors.
Oh God, they have even
Hispanic American. And that's what I'm saying. So
there was one that they put it in the foreign movie category, even though it was filmed in American actors. They just happened to be Asian American.
So of course,
story was based
foreign.
Was it released here?
It was released here.
Which movie was
it? Because they spoke Korean, but everything else was American.
Oh, but it was it was a Korean. I don't know. Maybe that's why
they just spoke in Korean, but everything else was American. It was filmed here. It's based in America. The story is based in America, and
it just has Korean actors, and it was written technically by a Korean. Is that what you mean?
Korean American. Still American.
See, okay, but Korean American, not even straight out. They didn't pick this fucking this script out of Korea and we're like, oh, we're gonna produce it here in America.
No, it was
it's literally.
I'm assuming the person that wrote it is a native of America with Korean heritage.
That's some bullshit.
Right, but it's
Welcome
still
to America,
a foreign film.
where we do nothing but performative. Performative.
That's
things
the
to make you feel like we're doing something. Like
Right.
no. Like a whole category for that. And what's worse about that is that there's actual foreign films that could win these awards, that are deserving of these awards, that could fill that category and should, you know what I mean? Like actual foreign films from actual other countries, created, produced, written in other countries that are great movies that, you know what I mean, that we could still be giving awards for here versus not giving, you know what I mean, versus making up a foreign category.
There's something weird with their qualifications. Like there's something
American
weird about the
shit.
qualifications for them to do that.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
Okay,
right, well.
so moving away from that, back onto the Golden Globes really fast for like a hot second, because we're definitely gonna go Wheel of Time for a hot second. Rosamund Pike wins a Golden Globe for I Care a Lot, which I haven't seen, but I hear is a great movie. But Rosamund Pike.
What does this have to do with Wheel of Time?
Because Rosamund Pike is being cast as Moiraine.
Oh, okay.
For Moiraine Demodred for Wheel of Time, which is she's like the Dumbledore, Gandalf, basically Merlin. She is that of the Wheel of Time universe. Her character itself is like probably one of the fucking most beloved characters ever. So like Rosamund Pike like got this Golden Globe and like the Wheel of Time community is just like,
hey,
yes, Moiraine, Moiraine. It's like bow down to the queen, like all these things. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's like it's true though, because I was also one of them. But it was exciting to see that, because it was like, and it's funny because like I was kind of looking at her Instagram before, and I'm like, she's so like, I don't know. It's like she has like this different. It's a different kind of gait and things like that. It's just not. I don't know. She's not hyper feminine, I guess, which isn't a bad thing at all, because women can be whatever the fuck they want. Men,
whatever they want to be. Yeah.
Wherever the hell you want to sit on that spectrum, you sit on that goddamn spectrum.
Sit on the spectrum.
But you know, it was just like, but like to see her in like real, like moving and things. And I'm like, and probably in real life, she's probably like really like quirky, normal, down to earth. All these things. I'm like, I do love her. I was like, all I did, I got this all of this from a clip and watching her walk. But it's still, I'm just like, I'm excited. So that was my Golden Globes, connecting to Geek News, because we were excited about that because our Gandalf has won a Golden Globe, essentially.
Our Gandalf.
Okay. All right. Well,
I know.
Now
I need another beer. My beer is gone.
now we'll move on to Duryea, and let's see what you're geeking out about, Duryea.
What I'm geeking out, let me see. I don't even know if I've been geeking out about a lot of things. So before I list what I've been geeking out about, I actually want to talk about this other thing I've been geeking out about, which is our 24-hour live stream. Now I'm not gonna list the whole list again, but what I do want you all to do is take a look at a little video that we've prepared for you all.
You are? Okay, great.
Sorry, I got started over.
I'm here today to ask you a question. Are you tired of the same old shows and by the same old people? Oh, wait. You are? Okay, great. Then this is definitely for you.
Let's get up close and personal with the cast and creative team behind Whoa Nelly Media's first ever self-produced web series called Flirting with Destiny.
So, Whoa Nelly Media, yes. It's going to be doing a new series, Flirting with Destiny. That's not going to be the theme song. But...
Flirting with Destiny. No.
Flirting with Destiny. Yeah.
And no, that's not the theme song either.
But what is going to be the theme is magic and tons of it.
Flirting with Destiny is a show about friendship, about the trials and tribulations of dating and trying to make it in this crazy world while still holding on to your close friends.
It's literally stories about my friends and I, which is hilarious.
It is where sci-fi meets situationships.
Destiny, who's the protagonist, she pretty much is the person in her family's life that everybody depends on to be straight away, but you know, she's young, so course, she doesn't have everything figured out.
She's trying to understand her place in this world, and she's trying to figure out how to be happy, despite everybody's attempts to tell her otherwise.
My character is Destiny. She really is this confident woman who just keeps getting thrown these different hurdles, and she's hilarious in the way that she thinks and handles these situations.
As much as she tries to juggle everything, things spiral out of control.
Be it her brother who's imprisoned, an ex who screwed her over, or even her roommate who's trying to leave her in the dust.
Essentially, she goes to her aunt, Portia, and she talks to her about all these things going on in life, and Portia gives her a gift. And this gift changes Destiny's life.
The magic in relationships meet. Now, we know there's magic in relationships, but that's a whole nother story.
Destiny will be living her day-to-day life as magic invades her space and decides to take over her, pretty much normal world.
There are also her two best friends, Quanisha and Michelle. They are respectively, her anchor.
I play Quan, or Quanisha. She is like the ride or die friend. She's the one who always has your back, the one who's not afraid to jump in there and, start a fight for her friend.
Quanisha is more, aloof and drifty, kind of a dreamer.
I'm just gonna record. Okay, Quanisha.
Michelle is much more like, the boss of the group.
So my character's literally me. I feel like I'm the type A person. Like, Destiny! Sorry. Silence your phones. Let's keep it quiet on set, please. But I'm also taking a moment to be loyal with my friends and making sure that whatever it takes to keep them happy, it gets done.
So I took a lot of my inspiration from the actual ladies and made them a little larger than life.
Jerry A, our creator, he's kind of just created our characters based on ourselves, which is cool, but they're slightly different, and just the way that we approach life is different.
We are all real life friends, so I really think that chemistry is going to come across in the show.
These three friends and their lives, dating in the city while also struggling to find themselves as adults.
It has so much heart. And a lot of the people in the process have been working so hard. And I think a lot of people will be able to relate to the message of the first episode and the series to come.
So I hope that you support us, that you'll help us raise this money.
We need your support, whether that's financially, whether that's sharing the news of the project to get it out to people.
And eventually, we will be presenting to you Whoa Nelly Media's very first self-produced project, a web series called Flirting with Destiny.
So here we are, so excited.
I feel like I've told y'all everything I want y'all to know. Give me some money. Who's playing? So yeah, that's what I've been geeking out about. Basically, I wrote the script. It's really fun, and I really want to get it produced. And we got a team together, and I was just like, let's do this. So that's what I've been geeking out about. What do you guys think?
Oh my god, I love every single one of those people.
Right.
I literally love every single one of those people.
They're so talented. That's the thing about I looked up and I was looking at all the stuff that they were doing respectively, and I was like, I know these people. These are my friends. And I could just ask them for favors.
They're my people.
Right. So we want to film it in Columbus this summer. So
Yay. Watch out for a cameo of me.
There should be we could totally put you in a cameo. Yeah. There could be a few cameos. Yeah. We got
that sounds so exciting.
The whole premise happened because this one time Destiny went on a date and the dude got pulled over and didn't have insurance, so she left him.
Well.
And I was like, that's a sitcom. I was like, that's a sitcom. Let's do it.
You do that, Destiny. I ain't mad.
Do it.
Girl, you gotta look out for yourself.
Hey. And then I was like, Destiny, you left him? She said, I wasn't driving all the way across Atlanta. so okay.
I forgot my purse and go.
Oh no, he was on the side of the street when she left him.
Hey, leave you there and I'ma go.
Yeah. But okay, so all right. So what I'm geeking out about, other than that, Amber Heard got fired, but then she didn't get fired. So apparently she got fired from being in Aquaman, and then apparently she didn't get fired. Now I realized, when she got fired, I got excited I was happy. I'm not even gonna lie. I was actually relieved because I felt like it was an unfair double standard because Johnny Depp got let go by Warner Brothers. You know?
Well, that, yeah.
Not hating on her at all as a person, human being, but I feel like if you have two people in a mutually abusive relationship, why does only one person see, you know, negative results? I feel like, you know, it's the same company. Like, if it was like Warner Brothers and freaking Disney, okay, two different, but it's the same company, and the double standard was just kind of whack to me. And then, you know, apparently she's not fired, and it just made me, and I really actually liked her in Aquaman, but I just feel like we're sending a horrible message out to the world about, I feel a certain way about that kind of stuff, and I feel like we need to make things like, people need to keep their hands to themselves, period. Male, female, whatever, like, non-binary, whoever you are as a human being, there's no reason for you to put your hands on another human being. I mean, unless they're gonna hurt you. Yeah, right. Unless they're hurting you. Yeah.
We got what you mean. Though.
But my understanding is that I wasn't there, but my understanding is that this is a mutually abusive situation, so I don't feel like that's fair. Okay. And the other thing, they're trying to make Michael B. Jordan Superman, and I don't approve.
But isn't he already like 18 other superheroes?
This is why I don't approve. It has nothing to do with Michael B. Jordan. It has everything to do with I don't need a black Superman.
Exactly. I'd rather take an actual black superhero and make them a character. Thank you.
Where's my Storm solo film?
There's only
where is my
of them. Like,
right. You know. Where's my Storm solo film?
I want a Jubilee solo film.
Is he in charge of, like, is he
Jubilee.
into, like, Static Shock right now?
Jubilee. Thank you.
He is trying to get Static Shock. I would love that movie, a Static Shock movie.
That'd be a good one too.
Yes. Oh, so about Static Shock. So DC just picked up a new artist for their Static Shock because they're revamping the whole thing. Because I guess, I guess they are going to put a little bit. They might come up. They are doing that movie. They are doing that movie. TV series.
I think it's supposed to be a movie.
They're doing something like that. So either way, they picked up a new artist to like kind of revamp their comics to kind of get the promotion and everything going. I've been following that artist for fucking forever on Instagram, and like I just recently I found he's been posting and stuff, and he's like, oh, I'm the new Static Shock, like DC picked up my art, and I'm the new Static Shock art, like artist. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. It's like, he's like really young and all these things, and I'm like, look at, it was just really cool to see because it's like we talk about how social media, like, it's the gateway into a lot of like our future jobs, marketing, social influencer, all that shit, right? But it's like it's really cool to like see somebody who like has been working towards something, kind of get something out of it. So it's really nice. It's, it gives hope for the rest of us, I suppose. But
I mean that's
cool.
dope too.
Like, yeah, because I was like, I don't know, I was following this guy for a while.
That's dope too. But my thing is this, like, and you know what? If I don't even care how I sound. I am kind of tired of Hollywood spoon-feeding minority groups of people their color version or their race version of some white shit.
Yeah.
It's like, agree. We don't need that. Like, we don't need your version of this thing. We actually I love Clark Kent.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
As he is. He's not even white. He's definitely an alien. But,
but white passing.
Right. He passes, right. But I love Clark Kent. Clark Kent is the shit to me. I don't like Batman. But I love Clark Kent. I'm not saying any flex to the black version of, but like, because I guess for some people they like that, but for me, I'm just like,
there's so many other things.
You're not going to put any energy or effort into creating like a whole new thing for us. You're just going to give it, okay. And they do it for women too. Like a lot of these women characters, not a lot of, I'm thinking specifically Wonder Woman. In her original, like, no, not even Wonder Woman. Because Wonder Woman at least had she had the same powers. But her backstory was very different. But I just feel like that invention and that innovation that went into your creating these characters originally. How about putting that same energy into creating other characters? And so I'm on
Catwoman, because she was originally a white woman. Then Halle Berry played her in that movie.
Well, I mean that's debatable.
Let's not really speak about that movie.
That's debatable because there's Eartha Kitt though.
There's Eartha Kitt.
Oh, there's Eartha Kitt.
Okay.
There's Eartha Kitt though, so that's debatable.
I'm thinking.
But Catwoman has never really been one race because of there was the Eartha Kitt thing, and then there was that other lady who was playing her around the same time, and they would go back and forth playing Catwoman.
Comic book wise, she's
Selena Kyle's always in a white lady. Yeah. True. But Eartha Kitt was this perfect. You know what I'm saying? You can't pass that up. You know what I'm saying?
So I had a joke because you were all.
You had a joke? If it's not funny, Julian can't mention Wheel of Time for 3 shows.
Ooh.
Go.
I don't think he's capable.
You might not like that.
Wait. Let's give him the floor, because if you don't hear it, it might not land. So that way, if it's not funny, it's all on him. All right, ready? Whenever you're ready, Julian.
Okay. So you might not like Batman, but we all know you love Robin.
Get out.
No, come on, y'all. Alright. See, the timing wasn't good. It was good before. Okay. The timing was good before. But I didn't want to interrupt her, so I was like,
nothing about that was funny in no way, shape, or form.
It was like so bad. It was funny.
Yeah, it was it wasn't that it was bad, Dan. It's that what was funny was us sitting here waiting for the rest of the joke. That's what was funny. Because he said it, and we were all like,
that's it? I know. At the time, it was going to be good.
How is that a joke?
Whatever.
At the time. It was the time. This was good.
Okay, so Wheel of Time is taking a hiatus from Geeking Out for 3 episodes.
For 3
Technically, you get 2 episodes this week, so you know.
Right. Okay, so then that's fine.
So you got 2 more after this week. 2 more. Well, really, that's a whole month. That's a whole month that we get a break from Wheel of Time.
It's like my birthday month, though. Bitches. All right, whatever. We'll take it.
Hey, you should have made a funny joke.
I already laid down my Wheel of Time news. Also, if you do watch Wheel of Time, watch Rick Cappa-Sadai.
Did you break the bet already?
Did you?
Already, we didn't even get 5 minutes away.
But this episode hasn't finished
next
yet.
Episodes,
the next 3 episodes. This episode is still game. Thank you.
Oh, so now he about to light our asses up with Wheel of Time.
Thank you. So now you're gonna get everything. Now you're getting everything for the next
set up parameters.
Backfire.
That's it.
We need to set up stipulations.
This contract didn't come with any of those. You know what? If this were a Seafolk Windfinder binding contract, this wouldn't have gone over very well. I would definitely be coming out winning. Also, Wheel Time reference for my Wheel Time.
Shut your mouth.
Oh God. Backfire.
Boom. Okay, all right.
But besides that, that's really all. Also, I finished watching The Witcher, and I really want to talk to y'all about it. We're going to talk about it on the stream on Wednesday. But I will say this. Just a few thoughts. Henry motherfucking Cavill. Oh my God. I could stare at that human being doing anything all day. Doing literally nothing. All day.
All 4 of the screens. Everyone's screen just... That was just like, Henry Cavill! Oh my God! Everyone on the screen!
For Superman? You see like the videos of him like working out, like getting.
But you know what I realized watching this, because I've only seen him as Superman, and Superman's always just he's Superman, so he's Superman, right? But this guy, he took his shirt off like 4 times in the whole thing. He was pretty much always clothed.
Yeah, he was always clothed.
But he felt like he was always naked. That was the energy he gives off.
Just like sculpted.
Yes. He's just, and then like every time he would turn his head, it's just like,
Did you guys ever see him in that spy movie? He did a spy movie with somebody. I cannot remember what. It was really good, actually.
Something with plot? I don't need that.
Let's respond to this comment. So Lamar Berry says, how do we create new black characters that will be beloved by all with 50+ years source material? Let me just say something. And this is going to kind of sound like I'm contradicting your point, but I'm not. I'm going to use Monica Rambeau for an example. Granted, she's not new, but to people, she is new. My point is, the audiences are receptive to it. So when you say, how do we create them? You just freaking create them. People aren't going to be, because you need to realize, like, a lot of the heroes that are most popular today were heroes that nobody really thought about outside of nerds, right? Like Iron Man. When I went to see Iron Man, I was like, the fuck? But then by the end of the movie, I was like, oh my God.
And
so
Tony
you
Stark
just
is like one of the most like favorite characters from a lot
now
of people. Yeah,
you have to just make it. If you just make it and put the same energy behind it, right? Because I was reading I was on TikTok and this man did this Storm appreciation TikTok video and I didn't even know. I've always said that how powerful she was. But he went through all the things in the comics that she did. Like, she took out an entire Imperial fleet by herself. She was able to create a pressure bubble that could contain the power of an atomic bomb. These are things that in the movie, no, she can throw some lightning, though. So if they put the same energy behind these characters, the new ones, and make them just as badass, we're there for them because... like we want that, we crave that content. And it's not just black people that crave the content, because a lot of people who are crazy about these black characters, they don't care that they don't care that they're black. People are standing on Monica right now just because she's adorable, the actor, but also the character. They wrote the character with substance. Like, we like the character. That's all they have to do is write a good character, and with all the years of back, they'll fit right in. Just like they just wrote that new character. I don't know, I forget her name, but Ms. Marvel, the young lady who is Pakistani, that's a newer character. Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
That's a newer character, and people just because it was good. That's all it is.
Like the past 5 years, though, she's new in like the last decade, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like all you have to do is write a good character, and we'll love it.
But also, like, there's still plenty of characters of color that they haven't explored yet. Like,
that too.
They still haven't like. I really don't think they've given like Vixen much justice yet. So there are those characters that they haven't.
My favorite
really done yet.
Like, no offense to the X-Men series, but my favorite is how like the X-Men. X-Men is based
the X-Men movie series,
racism and like racial divide,
and they dog out all the
and there's nothing but mad white people in that fucking movie. So I'm just like. I think we missed the mark here because I'm pretty sure.
But also, right?
Dan was trying to say something.
Oh no, because it was like not with Marvel, but there was this series on Netflix that was based on a comic book with that working mom who has a son who has powers or something.
Yeah.
Raising Dion.
Yeah,
Raising Dion.
Raising Dion.
Oh my goodness, I love that series. I haven't read the comic. I really.
Man from Uncle. That's what it was.
But even Raising Dion is relatively new.
Yeah, that's a new comic. Yeah, it's within the past couple of the last decade. So
that was a great question, Lamar. Thank you. Okay, so that's all I'm geeking out about. The Witcher. I just wanted to talk about Henry Cavill because Henry Cavill can get it on every level.
I could listen to him talk.
I would do things that I wouldn't even do for myself for Henry Cavill.
He's got mad geek street cred. He's got mad geek.
And he's a geek. There's a picture of him on the internet in a onesie. There's a picture of him in the internet. There's a picture of him on the internet in a onesie. It's like a Tigger onesie. And then you have the nerve to be like that kind of sexy and put a Tigger onesie on and get on the internet. How dare you? How dare you create that kind? How dare you force yourself to live in my head rent free? Get out of here.
Whatever. I just want to find him on WoW and I want to stalk him everywhere.
Listen, I better not never run into Henry Cavill because I don't need no more charges. I'm on probation. I'm trying to stay out. I better not never run into that man. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm just saying The Witcher was interesting. We'll talk about it, but I will say this in reference to your whole opinion about the color of magic, the rules of magic and how they be having holes in them. What it seems like The Witcher did was just not really tell us the rules.
There are none.
They don't know. There are rules. There are clearly rules because the black girl was like, I break the rules, right? However, we don't, as the audience, they don't tell us. So that way when we're watching shit, we're just like, ooh.
I don't think they're as clear, but there are definitely rules. I haven't seen it in a while, but if I watch it, I was like, I kind of pick out what some of them are. But as
you haven't seen The Witcher?
No, I have.
Oh, okay.
It was like when it first came out, so it's kind of been a while. But I was gonna say that Yennefer though is like she's my bitch. She's a character for me.
The video game, then the magic makes a little more sense.
Then you know.
Wait, so The Witcher is a video game, not a book?
Yeah. It started off as a video game.
It's both. It's both.
Oh, okay. Woo. All right.
Came after, no?
But that's all I'm geeking out about.
Okay.
I think it's the video game, then the book, then the Netflix series.
Yeah, and
Okay.
As long as it's a book, because I done wrote on one of these advertisements, it's a book somewhere. So as long as
yes, it is a book. Don't worry.
Okay, woo, that's all that matters.
Not a lot of the public. No.
Don't lie to nobody. All right, Chris. That's it.
All right,
That's all I got.
Well, I'm gonna go on to what I'm geeking out about, and that'll be the last little bit. So, this go round, I am geeking out. I am watching the Winx series, the fairies. I have not finished it yet, so no spoilers. Don't spoil it for me.
Wait, what episode are you on? Can I ask?
I think far? 4 or 5.
4. Okay, early. Okay. Not bad. No,
I'm pretty early on. I'm not that far into it, but I do like. I love me some fairy magic. You know, I love that whole kind of fantasy.
So precious.
Who's your favorite? Which element is your favorite so far? That you've seen?
I love the Earth Girl.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I kind of want to talk about her because I have a love-hate with her character because she's done like a couple things where I feel like she's kind of being extra. She's like overacting it, you know. I guess is really what I'm going for. But I do love how they are writing her character like kind of as a badass. She's like she's the muscle. You know what I mean?
She's Earth.
She's Earth, but you know what I mean? Like this other bitch is fire, but you know she ends up being powerful, whatever the hell. You know they want to talk about her and stuff, but it's like. But you care more about the Earth one because she's like, I'm gonna show you how this shit goes down.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love her. Love it. Okay, so I can't wait to see how that all pans out, and I'm kind of geeking out about that.
Love that.
The next thing that I'm geeking out about, Jure is gonna literally slap me. He might ban me from the group because.
Oh no! Don't do it.
Okay.
Whatever it is, I'm scared.
I finished. Oh, go ahead. No, go. Sorry. Losing my brain.
It came from what he said the last time we were on Geeking Out when he said X-Men Evolution is the best thing that ever happened for X-Men ever. And I was
Period.
And I had never watched it. Not one episode.
That's not going to make me mad. Not
one single episode. So then I was like, you know... Because I was so obsessed. I was like keeping with the theme of the week, so obsessed with the original 90s cartoon of X-Men,
that you didn't want to give it a chance.
I almost didn't. I didn't. And so I've been watching it.
And?
It's good!
It's really good.
It's amazing! It is amazing!
It's very good.
For kids, it's very good. Yes.
It's very good.
Dude, I told you. Mm-hmm. I told you. It's like it doesn't take. I'm not taking away from the 90s thing, but that X-Men Evolution, those writers and that team, they said whoever they were, they love the X-Men.
They did.
They love the X-Men, and you can tell just by the work that comes across.
Yeah, they did. And I am almost finished with season 2, and I'm ready. And I'm so sad that it's not very long. Like there aren't very many seasons. I'm so sad, and each season's like shorter than the last. It seems, and I'm just okay. But it's really good. And you were so right about Rogue being so badass in this one. Like,
and what's crazy is they made her badass without giving her those other powers, which is my point about the movie. Rogue doesn't have to have flight and super strength to be a badass because she just is a badass.
Right.
Mm-hmm. She takes after her mother. And her brother also rules in this fucking series as well.
Yeah. That's really what made people love Nightcrawler. It wasn't the movie.
Really? I
maybe it was the movie, but I like him better. And they dig into his powers like they did. I don't want to spoil it, but
there's very lovable and
he's definitely like my favorite character. So like the X-Men Evolution version of him is the best.
If we were the X-Men, you would definitely be Nightcrawler, though.
Oh yeah,
yes, you
Nightcrawler.
You would definitely be
Nightcrawler's 100%. He's always been my since the very first arcade game, bitch. Nightcrawler has been my motherfucking bitch.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he's always just been my character, and this is the best installment of him. I feel like he really embodies him, and then technically Mystique. I feel like they're like they really embody like the struggle of the X-Men, you know, in real life, because they're, you know, they're not passing and things like that. So and it's just really big for them. But you know, Mystique kind of they just took opposite ends. So like, you know, they're both experienced the same discrimination essentially, but you know, Nightcrawler goes good and then Mystique technically goes bad.
I will say one thing.
Moments, but you know.
I will say one thing, Chris, because I agree. It sucks that it's so short, because to me, it like clearly it's the best iteration of anything X-Men, but it only gets better. Like wherever you are in the series, literally, I'm so confident in that. Like literally, no matter where you are in the series, you're still not until you're finished. You haven't seen the best part. The last episode is Disney Plus.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Disney Plus.
But I will say this. I'll spoil this for you. There is one storyline that they don't do, but they give you a peek at what they would do if they went into that storyline, and they would have been the only people who tried to do that storyline and done it service.
It's not the Dark Phoenix, is it?
No.
They give you a peek at what they would have done with it at the very last episode, and it's just like... And that will make you mad that you don't get to see that, because you can tell just by this little peek that they give you that it would have been fucking epic.
Which is a shame, because it's the one story arc that we always fucking see, but it's
that we never get it right. I will say this though,
yeah,
we need to Family Guy X-Men Evolution.
Honestly,
we do. Yeah. You mean when I say Family Guy, because Family Guy came out and it got canceled, but then when they brought it to Adult Swim, it was so popular that they then put it back on Fox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We need to find, and with everything being revived, we need to start that movement. We need to start the X-Men Evolution, like reboot X-Men Evolution.
Actually, what
stop really fast. So they're also doing an Avatar: Last Airbender. They are extending the series. They are doing a whole other series. I think it's going to be like some in between part.
Wait, are you talking about the one on Netflix?
Yes.
That the creators backed out of?
They backed out of.
Right.
Oh, did they? When did
yeah.
Okay,
yeah, they backed out.
I'm just saying because you just said that the revamps, and I was just like, oh, that's right. Geekin.
But I'll say this. This is going to be unpopular amongst this group. I'll say this. This is going to be unpopular amongst this group. My favorite characters in Avatar: The Last Airbender was Aang. So then once Korra came out, I was like, so I didn't even bother.
No, the best character is definitely Iroh.
I haven't even seen one episode of it, and it's very rare. Like, it's very rare for me to see. Like, I feel like that's the evidence for me of when your show is really good is when my favorite character, specifically mine, is the main character. Because the only things I can think of where my favorite characters are the main characters is Last Airbender and Buffy. I can't think of, and I mean, because I think it's really hard to make a main character that's intriguing and still like that likable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to me, like when they said Aang wasn't gonna be in it, I just wasn't interested.
Last Airbender is about Aang. I thought it was about Katara anyway.
No, Last Airbender is about Aang. The Last Airbender is about Aang. Otherwise, it would have been the waterbender that helped the Last Airbender. That would have been the title.
I guess.
Right, the Airbender's wife. Right.
Whatever. She plays her part in Legend of Korra. But the point being, I could swear Katara was like the only one who mattered.
She does her thing in there.
I love Katara too, but no. Not the main character.
Yeah,
no.
that's sad. I thought they were going to extend that, because that's what I had seen originally, but I guess they're backing out on it, which is sad days.
They said they didn't like the direction that Netflix was going with it.
Right.
I see.
It was going to be live action, too.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Yeah, that's what they, like, listen.
Yeah, but I think everyone really wanted to give it a shot because the original creators were involved, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Right,
so
but now that they're not.
Couldn't go wrong.
Yeah. Then no one's going to want to watch it, to be honest. That's
when the original creators say, this isn't right, and your response is, we know what we're doing. No, because didn't y'all try this before without us?
I think we did.
Not that we talk about it.
Right. Did y'all talk to M? Did y'all talk to M. Night? Did y'all see them box office numbers or no?
Does anybody talk to M. Night? Does anyone talk to M. Night?
No. Not no more. Shoot.
Not anymore.
Not no more.
Listen, and he's a good example of this. Like, certain things, like Hollywood, when it connects to money, right? The issue is that they feel like platform, I'm on a soapbox. Sometimes it seems like Hollywood feels the only way to make money is to appeal to white people. So they make this movie So they make this movie with this really, really awesome everything. It's built in everything for you. And when I went back and watched the movie, I was like, well, the fight scenes actually were pretty epic.
Wait, what are you talking about?
M. Night Shyamalan, they were good. The fight scenes were good.
No.
The fight scenes were good. They weren't horrible. They definitely weren't bad. I'm sorry. The special effects and the fight scenes were dope. They were cool.
Where's my cup?
Find your cup. Go find it. Yeah, find it.
I have this one.
But then what turned me off was in the first 5 minutes. I said, is that Katara or Karen?
Oh yeah, that one.
I said,
or a Caitlyn.
I know. Is that Aang or Andy? I don't get it.
And they had like Dev Patel in there. They like actually made effort to like put in some diversification. But
the issue was that this is the issue.
White people.
If you are because I want to say the culture that they were, not representing, but I don't want to say emulating either. The culture that they were inspired by. The culture that they were inspired by was Chinese culture, correct?
Depends on where they're from. Technically, the Water Tribe is probably more Eskimo than anything.
But it's
Asian.
Right, fine. But it's like, is it East Asian? East Asian culture, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Why are we seeing white people? Why you want to make it diverse instead of using this amazing opportunity to highlight a group of people who don't get highlighted? Just fucking highlight the people. Why? Why is it that when we have to diversify, it's like we feel like, oh, we have to diversify instead of just shining the light where it belongs? What we have to do is put white people in the center of it and then color the outsides. Or you could just make this about East Asian people, because I was fine with it. There wasn't none of us in there, motherfucker. There wasn't none of us in there. So I'm just like, I would have been fine seeing a whole bunch of East Asian actors, people getting a chance to be a part of this awesome thing. And I think everyone who's a fan of the series would have appreciated that too, no matter what race they were.
That was one of the biggest things when it first came out, was like when we found out who Katara and Sokka were, we were like, ugh.
How?
Why?
How?
Why? I'm pretty sure they only cast Sokka because he was at the time he was like in Twilight, because it was during when Twilight was at its peak, I guess, is when this came out. So like this bitch was in Twilight, so they were like, oh, we can get all the teenage girls. We're gonna put him in as Sokka, except that he was terrible. And meanwhile, Sokka is like the heartthrob of the fucking series, and I'm like, this man sucked.
Wait, Sokka's the heartthrob?
Well,
are we sure?
Sokka and Zuko.
Okay.
Go hand in hand. They go hand in hand.
Wait, damn, what is that face?
Sokka,
the funny guy.
Sokka
was the comedian.
Sokka is amazing.
Like,
yes.
Thank you. Sokka has my heart though.
He was my favorite character, personally.
Sokka? But heartthrob and favorite.
No. But Sokka heartthrob, yeah.
For me.
Really? The person who could get it?
Because listen, Sokka did not
Sokka without a shirt,
he was not a bender, yet he was still out there with all of them fighting. Right?
He was never scared. He didn't have power.
He was never scared. I ain't ever scared.
Please don't tell me we're calling him Xander.
You know who else? Oh, no, don't ever insult Sokka like that. He is not Xander. But you know who else didn't have no powers, really? Momo. But he was out there. And he was the smallest motherfucker out there. And he was buck too. So, I mean, what? Momo was there all day.
Momo did try to take on Appa that one episode.
He did.
Okay.
He did.
Listen, we are.
They were strong.
We need to go to commercial break, Chris.
Wait, I have one more thing that I'm geeking out about, though. Just one more thing. I'll try to make it quick. All right. And I know you may know something about this, Duryea. You may not, but
I feel like attack this episode with Chris.
There's a documentary on HBO Max, and you probably should watch it. It's called The Vow. It's about NXIVM, that secret society that Allison Mack was in. Allison Mack and Kristen Kriuk and like a couple other
from Smallville.
Smallville?
Yes. They were in this like weird secret society where they were sex trafficking women, and there was this guy that was at the top of it, Keith Raniere, and he's now been sentenced to 120 years in jail. This documentary will blow your mind. It is crazy sauce. Crazy.
What is it called? I'm sorry.
Why is Chris, every time Chris say what he geeking out about, it's some like But it's some podcast about murder mystery.
I love it because just before I was watching the one on Netflix, the one that's popular on Netflix now, with about the girl, the Asian girl that went missing, that still nobody has found. The exchange student who came here from like Canada. She's like Asian. Yeah, it's something lamb something.
Okay, might need to put that in the comments because I'm gonna watch it. The one that I'm talking about is called The Vow. The Vow, you need to watch it. It is so good. I think it's like 9 episodes long.
Oh Lord, it's a commitment for me.
I love shit like that though.
It's a commitment.
It is a commitment to sit through right now.
Ooh, that's a full-time job.
Right.
Allison Mack was a crazy ass.
She was crazy.
Crazy.
She was known for being crazy on the show, to be honest, as well. I remember that.
So, like if you don't know anything about it,
Cecil Hotel. That's it. Sorry,
read
Annette.
up on it.
Just
Cecil Hotel. Okay.
Is the one on Netflix? Right. That one. It was good.
It
was really good. It was really good. It was a little crazy, also.
I'm writing it
100%
down.
amazing. Really sad for that family. Really sad for the girl who's obviously missing.
But yeah, read about it or watch it. Like
Elisa
literally,
Lam. There it is.
Like the craziness. Like they are branding people. Like literally, Allison Mack's initials are branded on like some girls, like hundreds of girls at this point because they were like.
Is she in jail too?
Well, she's not in jail yet. She pleaded guilty to racketeering and conspiracy to racketeering. Her sentencing has been delayed, so she's not in jail yet. But Keith Raniere.
What about Kristen Crea?
Kristen Crea got out. She got out before it like blew up. So like she's good.
That doesn't mean that she's innocent.
No, she's not good. She just got
out, right?
Well, no, I'm just saying like
she didn't get caught.
Facing any time. She not. I don't know if she's good or not.
She might have been the reason they got caught. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. She could have been one of the whistleblowers, but ooh, y'all, it is crazy sauce. So, anyways, that's the last thing I'm geeking out about, and with that. Being the last thing that I'm geeking out about, it is time for us to take a small commercial break.
Small commercial break. Woo!
Hey everybody, my name's Chris.
I'm Duryea.
I'm Ricky Z.
Justin.
And Julian.
Have you heard about Anchor.fm? It's the easiest way to make a podcast. First off, it's free.
Oh, I love free, especially when we're talking creation tools that allow you to record and edit right from your phone and computer.
And Anchor will actually distribute your podcast for you. So as soon as you're finished recording, you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other platforms.
And you can make money off of your podcast with no minimum listenership.
It's basically a one-stop shop for everything you need. So head on over to Anchor.fm and download the mobile app now. And make sure you come back and geek out with us. That was ads for Geeking Out, which is every 2 weeks, Monday at 8 o'clock. We have a special episode this week. Which will be 10 o'clock on Wednesday. We'll discuss Birds of Prey. You also saw an ad for Rem Alternis' RPG, live RPG every Tuesday, which will have a cast of characters doing Shadowrun missions. It's every Tuesday on Twitch at twitch.tv/Master of Rem. Remember, 24-hour live stream starting 12 a.m. on March 3rd, which is my birthday, which is also, I know it's my birthday. But we're raising money for our first ever self-produced miniseries called Flirting with Destiny. I'm hiding my favorite part about it is the magic, but we're hiding we're concealing that. We're not telling people like. What?
I had no idea there was magic. Is there
There's gonna be magic in it.
Did you not? So the only person watching the video were Dan and Ricky and me.
Yeah. No, I was definitely watching this video. Stop, because I was also commenting on the background during the whole thing. What are you talking about?
That there was magic.
They said it a few times. Yeah, the girl. It's like I guess think Sex in the City with a little bit of comedy, and then her aunt gives her something, and it's something that she gives her it changes things for her. But we don't want to tell what it is, that thing, because it's rare. I haven't seen this before, so
we'll take it.
I'm trying to keep it under wraps. You know what I'm saying?
No, we'll be there Wednesday for it.
No, I'm not telling you. We're not. It's going to come out when the show comes out, and so Wednesday we are raising money for the show to then film it this summer, and then after that, it's okay. We're all here now. All right, go ahead, Chris.
Maybe.
All right, so this would be the part of the show where normally, if there was one, which I didn't ask, I'm stupid. I forgot to ask. Is there a rant that we have this week, Rakia? No, we're just going to launch right into our...
My rant was about Black Superman, so...
I'm going to make one really quick comment about Geekin' Out that I totally forgot, because I did finish Bridgerton, and the only thing is this, that I watched it for the album, for the soundtrack. I technically didn't listen to the soundtrack at all because I was watching the fucking show the whole time. So the politics were actually really well written. The politics are so good. The politicking and the courting, amazing. I love it. I love that part of it. That part is actually really, really well written. The thing that was just a little bit awkward for me, because the Duke, yes. Simon, yes. All of that, yes. I was hoping Ricky would be there for me with that one, but she's busy with a child, I'm sure. And I'm like, things you shouldn't be talking about in front of kids anyway.
The kids aren't
the
here
Duke,
yet.
the Duke, Simon. Oh, that's right.
What about him?
Okay.
What
well,
about
he's
the
fucking.
sex that is
You just need to fucking see him. That's really all you need. You just need to look at him, and you'll be like, oh, now I understand what you're talking about, because that man is fucking beautiful. But what was awkward about it was because we all know back in the day in these times or whatever, it's when they were courting out women, they weren't exactly women. They were 15-year-old girls technically, So that's just the only thing that is awkward for me. So the sex scenes, because obviously everything has sex. It's 2021, whatever. A lot of sex, all those things, because that just happens everywhere. But it's a little awkward to watch because I know that she's obviously not that old, because I can pass for 17. I'm definitely not. But so it's I understand how that works. But it's just awkward to see because I'm looking at this full-grown woman who's supposed to be playing a 15-year-old girl having sex with a grown-ass man, and then not only that, being courted by other even older grown-ass men. I'm just something about this is just so awkward for me. You know what I mean? Because they leer at them and things like that, because they're just how the things were back in the day. You inspect the woman you're gonna buy, essentially. So it's just it's so awkward.
Rakia, right?
That's part of it. But totally awesome. Okay, quick. I'm done. They're making fun of me because I talk too much.
But he asked for a rant, so I don't know. That was the rant.
My rant.
Okay, my rant. I do have a rant.
No,
okay, I have a problem.
You passed your minute. You passed your minute.
You did pass a minute, though.
Okay, whatever.
You passed a minute.
There it is. The problem is romanticizing older men with younger women. Awkward.
Cut.
Yep, I'm not even gonna go into it.
But it was good otherwise.
90s cartoons. Somebody in the comments said, "Let's be clear. Let's specify." Now, I don't consider Pokemon a 90s cartoon.
Why?
Because even though it started in the 90s, it didn't live in the 90s. It did not live in the 90s. It lived in the 2000s.
It was 97, 98, wasn't it?
It was 99.
It was late 90s. It was late.
Yeah.
When did Pokemon start?
Do your Googles, y'all. Do your Googles.
July 2016. What? That's Pokemon Go.
Right.
Wait.
They've added some things to it. It's the Indigo.
I'm more than 4 years old. 5, technically, but
96?
Yes, the Transformers.
I stand corrected.
Wow.
Beast Wars, bitch. Stop. We're about to get into
just moved to Georgia, Atlanta.
But let's be clear. In 96, it wasn't Pokemon.
The Blizzard of 96.
In 96, in 98, September of 98 is when it became Pokemon. But before that, it was Pocket Monsters.
Oh, duh.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Back in the day.
I remember I was not allowed to play that game because it was called Pocket Monsters.
You know what I really want?
Because it just had the
really
word monsters in it.
Yep. And the Digimon, they also came out like kind of technically around the same
Digital
time.
monsters, Digimon are the champions.
Digimon was horrible. And
I love the Digimon though.
I'm sorry. Okay, so the official date. I'm sorry. Here, I got it, guys.
Yes.
Very first episode of Pokemon was, funny enough, April Fool's Day, 97.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that.
All right, guys. So to start off our theme this week of 90s cartoons, I'm gonna ask you guys. This is a very targeted question. What was the best? What was the best theme song to a 90s cartoon?
Ooh,
that's a hard one.
Whoever in the comments said the Jetsons, that's definitely like a 60s cartoon.
No, see, like I was just googling that, but they said like the Jetsons, the Flintstones were the 90s. Like I don't. They look too old to me.
No.
My mother
really
watched
90s.
the Jetsons and the
Really
Flintstones.
They were.
My mother watched the
with you
Jetsons.
while you were growing up.
Well,
No,
like,
when she was a kid.
Right. This makes sense. But anyways, to answer your questions, Pepper Ann.
Oh,
No.
Maybe they're revamped.
No.
The same exact thing.
Pepper Ann?
That's
Yes,
it was
Pepper
so
Ann.
catchy.
No.
Pepper
Pepper
Ann.
Pepper Ann, she's too cool for 7th grade. Pepper Ann, she's like one in a
To me, my favorite theme song is the easiest theme song to remember. The Johnny Bravo theme song.
I don't remember that one.
The only lyrics. Huh, ha, huh. Man, I'm pretty.
Okay, no, the ending credits theme song for Powerpuff Girls. I love that one.
Yeah. Honestly,
trying to save
you know what it
the
was?
I
world.
don't even remember that one, but I will tell you Dexter's Lab had a great theme song.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter's Lab had a great one. And so did Animaniacs. You're right. Animaniacs.
Oh, yes.
Right. So Randy had said like that they were still airing. Okay, so the thing with that is there are plenty of things that were more so, I guess it's hard to notice it now, but like there are plenty of things from like the 80s that like blend into the 90s for me, so it's kind of hard for me to remember like where they started. But like there was, if you were,
Can I respond to him real quick?
Go ahead.
Randy, still airing is not the same as rerunning.
Right.
The Flintstones, the Jetsons, Wacky Races, those were reruns. Yogi Bear, all of that stuff.
Like,
Hanna-Barbera.
Like Cartoon Network's like base right there.
Yeah, that was reruns. But
like
they, for us as 90s kids, especially if you stayed up late at night 90s kids, right before TV turns off at 3, yes, you could watch some Hanna-Barbera. But that was reruns.
Right. Like that's
Theme song, I got it. We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony, and in this cartoony, we're invading your TV. That was my theme song, bro.
Okay,
but I'm gonna tell you why you all are wrong, though, because this is why you all are wrong.
Chris, we can't be wrong because Jennifer Hudson didn't sing any theme songs.
Shut up. Just listen to this.
That's what I was gonna say.
My favorite song from Doug was not the theme song. It was like the one from the Beats. From the Beats.
The Beats?
You guys remember the band called the Beats?
Yes,
I do remember the Beats.
Yes.
Yeah, there was their band.
And then there was like one song that Doug did with BB. Banging on the trash can, strumming on the street.
You went and watched some stuff this weekend, didn't you?
No.
Yes,
no,
you
I
did.
remember that.
No, I promise
How
you.
do you remember that?
I don't
Right
remember
to me,
that.
Stick,
That's a
Stick Me,
star.
P.O. Box 963, New York City, New York State, 10108.
You got all the
Stick
lines.
That's Stick
Stickly, yes.
Oh my gosh! Like
Oh my gosh,
the
Stick
Nickelodeon
Stickly
like,
was
summer guy. It was like this popsicle
iconic.
stick that would play TV shows.
The Proud Family was not a 90s
No, it
cartoon.
was not.
That is not.
But it has a great theme song.
Yes.
Anything with
They are
Beyonce is a
redoing
great
it.
theme song.
They're
not redoing it. They're not redoing it. It's a continuation.
Continuation.
It's a continuation.
There it is.
But listen, I'm better with a continuation of a cartoon than I am with some of these other stuff. But it'll be interesting because it'll be It'll be, Disney Channel was we're off topic, so we're not going to stay here long. Disney Channel made a big deal out of Proud Family because Proud Family is one of the first cartoons to touch on a lot of topics that they touched on. So just imagine now that these characters are in high school, what the hell that show's going to be.
Right. Okay.
Back, it's Chris's show. My bad, Chris. Go ahead.
It's my show. No, it's fine. Like we all got to say a theme song, or did everybody get to say a theme song?
Dan didn't.
Did everybody go? Dan.
Oh no, I agreed with Recess. I loved Recess, and
I
guess I'll just throw out.
I'll
throw out the Pinky and the Brain. It was simple, but the Pinky.
The Pinky and the Brain.
But technically, that wasn't a show, was it? It was like a little segment.
No, it was.
Did it get its own show at some point?
And then it became its own show.
Okay.
They had like the Pinky and the Brain and Elmira after that, where she adopted the Pinky and the Brain.
Straight up.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that one. That was one of my mom's favorites. She loved Pinky and the Brain. I was like, oh, me too. Don't worry.
All right, so this one might be a hot.
He's a hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
Yes. I don't know who Destiny is, but Destiny is my bitch because every comment she has made has been everything that I'm for. So Magic School Bus and then Captain Planet are my absolute top two. 90s cartoons, and they're the reason why I am the science nerd that I am today, and clearly everyone else needs to be fucking watching these goddamn
What I loved about Magic
School Bus... people watch these goddamn cartoons.
What I liked about Magic School Bus was the dude who was doing the ad-libs and talking shit during the song was clearly an old black man.
Oh, yeah.
And you could tell by hearing his voice. You knew him. Oh, that was Little Richard?
That's Little Richard. Yeah.
Oh,
God.
I said Little Richard.
That's Little Richard?
Yeah.
I believe her, too.
Known.
That was his theme song, yes.
I can't even.
If you go back and listen to it, it's
I watched 4 seasons.
Oh, I believe
a week ago.
No, not the newer one.
The old one.
The
old one,
he
right.
passed away, but the original one, that was his voice. That's him.
Woo!
Yes, Little Richard.
Stop it, Chris.
Yes, Little Richard.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so can I just say, rest in peace to the Saturday morning cartoon era?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
we don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
I wish.
Saturday morning cartoon.
Yes, and it there was an era for each different channel.
That's why we got in less trouble. That's why we got in less trouble as kids, because we wasn't trying to go nowhere on Saturday morning.
No,
you couldn't even take me to Chuck E. Cheese on Saturday morning.
No.
I got my Saturday morning cartoon.
Only day of the week I'm getting up early by choice.
Right.
Really, I got up early every day.
Well, because Saturday morning cartoons were over by noon.
Right.
If you slept in on Saturday morning, you missed and wasn't no reruns.
You were watching all those educational shows.
Yep. Yeah. You was watching all the science shows at 1.
Hey, that was me. They were so good. Bill Nye, all that shit. Give it to me.
Bill Nye was okay when they showed him. The only time Bill Nye was welcome, let's be clear, is when the teacher rolled in the little AV kit. When teacher rolled in the AV kit and you was about to watch Bill Nye because you ain't had to do no assignment. That's the only time you was excited to see Bill motherfucking Nye. Only time you was excited to see Bill
Arthur
Nye.
came on, I really didn't care.
I love Bill Nye.
Whatever. Bill Nye, listen, no. I'm done.
All right, look, we're moving on to our next topic real quick. We are moving on to our next topic. All right. So
yes, Chris, get him in line.
This is going to be maybe a bit of a debate. I feel like this is going to be a debate. All right, so which platform had the better content? Nickelodeon,
Cartoon Network,
Disney, Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network. Who gonna disagree? Nickelodeon had some bops. They all had some bops. That's so right. But Disney Channel wasn't the shit until the thousands, until 2000s and shit. Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens, Raven.
No, because back in the day they had Aladdin.
They had the little.
But Gargoyles was Saturday morning, wasn't it? Yes. Gargoyles was on the WB on Saturday morning.
I knew this was gonna be a debate.
It was ABC. Gargoyles was ABC.
But it wasn't Disney Channel. My point. It wasn't like we're talking about whole networks. Gargoyles was Saturday morning. Now the networks was different. Cartoon Network wasn't Cartoon Network had everything. Cartoon Network had Johnny. It had, first of all, Cartoon Network is where the reruns were that everybody been talking about in
I didn't have cable, so I didn't watch Cartoon Network.
Oh, Cartoon Network had all the reruns. Cartoon Network had all the reruns, and then on top of the reruns, it had what's his name? Dexter, Johnny, the Powerpuffs, motherfucking didn't it have Cow and Chicken?
Yeah, no.
Look,
yes, it did.
Look,
And Ed and Eddie.
Cartoon Network had Eddie. Cartoon Network had everything. What you talking about? It was a network for me. Me. A whole network.
Okay. So because I keep thinking about like, I don't know, because they all have their eras of like, I would go to them and like watch them religiously because I feel like I didn't get into Cartoon Network till like right before my tweens happened. I don't know. Because that was, I remember definitely watching that, but like I remember like Fox had a really good set of Saturday morning.
Yes,
cartoons.
Fox was Saturday morning. Fox was also where Power Rangers was at.
Right. One Saturday morning that was on ABC because that's where you had Recess, The Weekenders, Pepper Ann, that new Doug, but we don't talk about him.
But see, a lot of those shows you just named would also rerun after school.
Yeah.
There's the difference. Like, like Jackie Chan Adventures, even though that was like after the 90s, that didn't rerun after school. But Recess ran after school too. So if you missed the episode on the weekend, you can watch reruns after school. Yeah.
I used to go to UPN for a little bit. But, you know, I guess I would have to say, in cartoons in general, I would have to say definitely Cartoon Network.
Boom. Let's just vote.
Lord of mercy.
I have to say Nickelodeon, because I grew up at a different time.
Basic cable bitch, yes, Destiny.
Yes.
Oh, what happened to Chris?
Monsters.
I'm sorry, I don't know what happened.
Oh.
Are you glitching, Chris? What happened?
Our Real Monsters. I'm sorry, Nickelodeon did have some good ones.
Our Real Monsters. Rugrats.
Rugrats. I fuck with Rugrats.
Rocco.
Hey,
Whack.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Whack.
Oh, man.
Hated it. Hated it.
Angry Beavers.
Hated it. Hated it. I'll give you Rugrats. Boo.
Cat Dog.
Y'all name it.
No, that was
I'll give you. I will get. Wait, I was gonna say Courage the Cowardly Dog, but that was Cartoon Network too, bruh.
No.
Y'all naming all the whack stuff.
So,
wow.
For Nickelodeon, for sure, it was definitely Rugrats. It was definitely Doug. Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold.
I didn't watch Hey Arnold because for me, when I would watch Hey Arnold, the first thing I would think is like, why did they draw his head like that? That's all I would think about. Him and his best friend. And I'm just like, why everybody head fucked up in this whole series? Like, why?
All real
You just have to suspend reality.
I couldn't, because by that age, I knew how women gave birth. And I just couldn't picture it. I just couldn't picture it. I said there's no possible way. No possible way that happened to a woman. I can't believe it.
So I'm only going to give Cartoon Network because late night they would play anime. Is that still 90s?
Yeah.
So
no, they would, because Adult Swim is Cartoon Network.
But it used to be Tsunami. It used to be Tsunami back in the day.
Either way, Cartoon Network gave you cartoons
That's my point.
all day. And then once they couldn't give you the kind of, then they gave you, if it were for Cartoon Network, Family Guy wouldn't be back on the air.
There was some. They had some late night. Before Adult Swim was Adult Swim, the like more
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah, that one.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah, those were good. Like, I used to love to stay up late for those.
Yo, Space Ghost was a space cadet for real.
I really hated Space Ghost though. I never.
He was a dick.
Very funny. I didn't. That's what I think he was a dick. I just.
He was a dick.
Like you would watch some of those like really old cartoons on there too. Late at night.
Space Ghost is basically pre-Archer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're so kind of right. Oh my god.
Yeah, but not as good. No offense.
What else? There was like they were really playing some of those old like Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
My favorite thing was Wacky Races. I love Wacky Races.
Speed Racer.
George in the Jungle. Speed Racer. Yeah. Kung Fu. Yes. Yo, that's why I go with Cartoon Network. Because Cartoon Network gave you new content. Then they gave you the good reruns, bruh. Johnny motherfucking Quest.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just
Johnny
Quest. I was
Quest.
just looking at that. Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest. Bro, I was heartbroken once that stopped coming on TV. Because that was my, like, Johnny Quest was that thing where no matter what I was doing, anywhere,
they had,
everywhere.
The old version, they had the old episode, and they had
and then they had the new ones. If I was outside playing water balloons in the middle of summer and came in to get a drink of water and Johnny Quest was on TV, I was in for the night.
Although I never really watched Johnny Quest like that. Is that weird? That
so can we just take a vote, Chris? Can we go one by one and vote and see what wins?
No, it sounds like Cartoon Network.
Actually, I think about it and the answer was no.
You know what? We're gonna move on to the next topic. God dang it!
It's such a no that he's gonna totally just move. Like, I'm gonna go.
You know what?
No,
we're not gonna talk about it anymore.
It was the long pause for me. That's what did it for me.
We're moving on. All right, so now I want to know for you guys, what was your guilty pleasure cartoon? Like, did you guys have a cartoon that you didn't want to tell your friends that you watched, but you totally watched?
Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls.
Mine wasn't really a guilty pleasure, like for that reason. Mine was a guilty pleasure because it spurred the little gay boy inside of me, and I didn't understand what was happening, you know. But mine was George of the Jungle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
And then they had the nerve to make a live action version of that shit.
Brendan Fraser.
And put at the prime of his life, they put him in that movie. All oiled up.
Yes.
Look, I said, what?
Look at all of them.
So yeah, that was it for me. Look at Dan.
Like Brendan Fraser. But I'm sorry, but Brendan Fraser, like Mummy era, I'm sorry, that man was fine. Brendan Fraser, George of the Jungle, fine. I'm sorry. Yeah.
All of it every day.
Yeah. They put him in a loincloth and took off all his clothes. Yes.
Okay.
And put oil on him.
And douse him in oil. Yeah, set that bitch on fire. It's all the heat between my.
So my guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
That I had growing up was probably, or one of them, the one that I thought of was Arthur, because Arthur came on PBS, and so it was one of those, it was one of those cartoons that you didn't let people know that you watch, because like
it was cheap.
It's one of those educational cheap shows.
Yeah. Like the Bernstein Bears.
I loved Arthur.
I love the Bernstein Bears. Stop.
I love the Arthur theme song too.
No, I wasn't watching no damn PBS cartoons. I had Cartoon Network. So.
What a wonderful kind of day.
Hey.
I do like that's a good theme song too, by the way. And gets along with each other. Hey. They was doing a bunch of this when they wrote that theme song. Please believe. Okay. You already know.
That was kind of my guilty pleasure because, like, obviously that and Sailor Moon. We've already talked about Sailor Moon in an anime episode, so I didn't want to say that
Sailor
one.
Moon
But I mean, it's
Pokemon's anime too, technically.
But still, it was like part of our cartoon heritage of the time for.
I didn't watch Sailor Moon.
Americans. I did,
well,
but I couldn't tell anybody. I could, but I couldn't tell anybody. I loved it.
That's actually probably why I didn't watch Sailor Moon, because I have people in my life that are siblings that are very like, you watch. So yeah, I probably wouldn't have watched that for that reason. I wanted to watch it. I'm not gonna flex. I wanted to watch it, but I never did. But you know what show I did watch in the 2000s that made up for me not watching Sailor Moon? Witch. It's the show. It's basically Winx is based off of the show Witch.
Oh yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
It's like these 5 girls.
Wait, I thought it was called Winx.
Yeah.
Winx spawned Witch, and Witch spawned this TV show. They're both the same thing. Oh, okay. They're just different. Instead of fairies, they're witches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I love some witches.
We all love some witches. We talking about.
So like I will not. I'm not ashamed to say there were large bouts of
I'm sorry, Rakia.
What?
Don't put this up and not say nothing about it, because he is absolutely right.
That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you very much.
Why? I'm just saying you got to take the man's comment down. Maybe he wanted
Brett Carpenter says Arthur was that show you watch when you were homesick and there was shit on TV at 2 p.m. So like, I will never be ashamed to say like there were large bouts of time where we did not have cable, and like PBS was my jam. I don't care. Like, I watched Arthur. I'll sit and watch it. Plus, I also have, like, a sister that's, like, 12 years younger than me. And so we watch PBS all the time. All up in the Sesame Street. And, like, God help us, Caillou. Caillou. Oh, my God. Now, look.
Explain this. Explain everybody's response, because I don't know what Caillou is.
Okay, so Caillou. Caillou is this preschool, 4-year-old, bald-headed little boy.
Like Little
from
Bill?
Canada. And he's whiny as shit. He's whiny as shit. Like, every parent's nightmare. We all hate Caillou. Like, I hate Caillou as an adult, as a mom of 2 kids, and one that's in preschool right now. I hate Caillou. You do not
He
want
is
to watch
so
it.
mean to his little sister.
Right. You do not want to let your kids watch Caillou because they copy that shit. They will copy how whiny and, like, obnoxious he is, and then you gotta deal with that later at home. No, do not let your kids watch Caillou. Caillou's a shithead. Hate him.
That's why they canceled it, right?
Yes, they did, finally.
For those
After,
reasons?
like, 20 years. Finally.
2 people responded Daria.
Yes, I love Daria.
Are we gonna, like, certain cartoons I don't consider cartoons.
Well, those aren't kids' cartoons. Those are more adult.
Right.
Like Beavis and
Right.
Butthead and Daria. I don't necessarily consider kids' cartoons. However, they were 90s
They
cartoons.
were 90s, so.
And I watched them.
And Beavis and Butthead was my shit, bro. Yo, who was funnier, Beavis or Butthead?
I couldn't tell you.
Beavis.
100%.
Yo, that Cornholio, bro, I'm done. After that, I was done. And it's funny, like, that's how I know it's funny, because I didn't know what he was talking about till I was like 15. I didn't get that he was talking about I need toilet paper for my
Toilet
asshole.
paper, right.
I didn't get it. I thought the TP was like a tent that he put over his head. So I was like, oh, he needed a TP for his bunghole, and there's a hole in the shirt. So I was like, but it was funny still. And then once I got it, I was like, oh my God. And I actually got to watch the movie.
Well, that actually brings me to one of my other topics that I was going to talk about was, were there any cartoons that we weren't allowed to watch as children, or any that your parents were like, nah, that's not appropriate? Because I'll tell you, well, definitely that one, because that Beavis and Butthead was deemed kind of an adult cartoon, but Ren and Stimpy, couldn't watch it.
Okay.
When they used to slap their butts together,
I was
that's
allowed
why.
to watch it, but I always found that it was kind of adult.
Well, Happy Happy Joy Joy, they would sing this song while banging their naked asses together.
Right.
I mean, literally, and they would hit. They would hit on the joy joy part. Happy happy hit. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. You don't have to be smart to get like these are two roommates. Another Bert and Ernie.
But at the same time, why should you get me? That was the part about it that was so scandalous, I suppose. And it's just like,
I don't think it was that they were roommates that was scandalous, because they didn't make us stop watching Bert and Ernie. I think it was the slapping asses that was scandalous.
But they're also like, it was like not grotesque, but it was a bit not raunchy.
It was grotesque at parts. There were definitely some really gross parts.
That's why I didn't like it, to be honest.
I know, but like they eventually like made like a clearly adult version of Ren and Stimpy later.
They did. Yes.
Oh yeah, they did.
There was an adult version with like actual titties and like actual like
Yeah, there's the one meme with the saw that I think we all have seen, at least the most on this panel.
South Park was 90s.
Yeah.
South Park was 90s.
Definitely 90s.
It was not children's television, but it was cartoon, and so I'll count it.
Was that
Yes.
was that Comedy Central? So like
Wow, it was the 90s.
So Comedy Central would have like cartoons that were clearly like legitimately for adults that we would like somehow still watch.
South Park.
My mother wouldn't even let me watch Rocko's Modern Life. Do you guys remember,
I loved
that
Rocko's
one?
Modern Life. I lived for Rocko's Modern Life.
I think there was some like there were certain parts of like that show where it was just like the sticking at your tongue and like wasn't something like shaving your tongue?
I will tell you exactly why. Because there was this one particular episode, and I remember it vividly, where someone in the episode gave someone some Spanish fly, and it wasn't actually, it was like literally like a fly sitting in a hot tub saying, hey, hola. But like, I came home and asked my mother, what is Spanish fly? And Spanish fly is an aphrodisiac, and they were kind of using it as that in the episode, like as an aphrodisiac. And so my mother was like, where did you hear about Spanish fly? And it was from Rocco's Modern Life. And so she was like, you may never watch that show again.
She was like, this goes against all Christian values.
This is
You know
terrible.
what's crazy? The show that I couldn't watch, and it was just for my dad because he's Jehovah's Witness, was Power Rangers.
Oh, Simpsons, yeah.
What?
Power Rangers? You weren't allowed to watch Power Rangers?
What?
Rangers?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's cruel.
I think it was that and X-Men he didn't want us to watch.
That is cruelty beyond measure. Like, I can't.
Look, I guess
would
it
move
don't
out.
matter now.
But it's the same thing that happened when he tried to get us to my grandmother is like, her nickname should be the gift giver, right? And, he converted after I was born and tried to end Christmas. And that didn't go well at all. Oh. My grandma showed her, like, yeah, so it didn't really, we just couldn't watch at his house.
My grandbabies.
Right. Like, and we were her like, we were like basically her first grandchildren in like 18 years at that point.
It's
So
a done deal.
But to us, it was just, we couldn't watch it at his house, but at my mom's house, we could watch cartoons.
Yeah, The Simpsons.
What about...
like?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. The Simpsons too. As a kid, like we were.
Yes.
Maybe it was
It's like
just
this
me because
generation Family Guy.
maybe that's why I'm a heathen. I was able to watch Simpsons way back.
We were not. I was not able to watch The Simpsons at all.
Chris, you
What
were
about
just
you,
very
Dan?
sheltered, huh?
I was. What about you, Dan?
I wasn't allowed to watch
No,
The
the
Simpsons
same
either.
cartoons I wasn't allowed to watch. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons
Man, I was a heathen.
or
Ren and Stimpy.
MTV. We weren't allowed even to,
Bill and Ted, I
have
couldn't
cable,
watch either. I wasn't allowed to watch. There was a few things that I wasn't allowed to watch.
MTV, like the whole of MTV, basically. If my mother caught me watching it when she came in the living room, it was
MTV
it was.
I used to watch MTV all the time.
Yeah, and that's back in the day when MTV had Daria, I had Ren and Stimpy, Beavis and Butthead and stuff like
Beavis
that.
and Butthead.
I wasn't allowed to watch them at the time. And
Mm.
Daria afterwards.
Now MTV just got ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Oh God. Music television, except there's
No
not
music.
literally not even a minute worth of music.
No.
on that
It's not music television anymore. Now it's just MTV.
There's none on there. There's
Zero.
The MTV stand for now.
TV.
TV.
This is TV.
This is TV. Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, like I think like I was watching
That is
MTV
exactly
is like.
And the
It's
last
like
time they
7
used
or
to
8.
play, the last time they used to actually play like music videos was like maybe 10 years ago, but it was like in the mornings. It was like 3 hours
before
right
6
in the very,
a.m.
very before 6 a.m. Like really, really early in the morning, and that was it. You had the morning,
Legit a power
morning
hour
something
of
it was
music before you
called,
got on your way to
and
work.
then that was it. And then they took it off of MTV, the original, and like then they had only music videos on MTV2 in the morning, and now they don't have music videos on either of them, and there's only music videos on MTV3, and it's all like the Spanish one, so like doesn't fucking matter. So I'm like, literally MTV, the only one that actually plays any music videos now is like the Latin version of it. Fucking unreal. It's unreal.
All right. Well, now we're getting close. We're only 5 minutes away from 10 o'clock, so we're getting close. We're gonna
See, like normally when other people host the episode, we don't mind going over, but Chris gotta
Stop, leave him alone.
Chris gotta go.
Yeah.
Chris
So
be
we're
like, all right, so we have 3 seconds left, so
Hi y'all.
So we're
He's like,
going
I need
into
to
our
sleep.
last topic, and our last topic is literally that worst TV show from the 90s, or the one that like literally if it came on you had to change the channel immediately, and I need to know exactly which one it was.
Which one was this?
I already said Caillou.
I can't think of
She
one.
already
I had
mentioned hers.
I don't know if you remember Reboot.
Reboot.
It was like the CGI with
But
the
I loved
Bob
that one.
and
It's on my
Dot.
You
list.
hated
I
Reboot?
couldn't.
It's
It
on
was
my
just
list.
the way that it looked. It just really like got on my nerves. Like
Oh,
when
it
it
was
came
so
on, I was
good.
just like, okay, gotta go. I know
Pixie,
it was.
He was my favorite, of course.
I probably
With
would like it. I probably
hexadecimal?
would have liked it. Yeah. Yes. It
all
was
the math
the way that
words.
it looked. I couldn't.
All
I
the
couldn't.
computer stuff.
It freaked me out. It was just like, what is this computer nonsense? What is this?
First of all,
mind you,
computers
listen,
are
this is
everything.
an 8-year-old kid at the time, 7-year-old kid at the time. It was like, I just wanted to see like gargoyles or like Freakazoid or something. Or
Wait,
Magic
how
School
old
Bus
are
or
you?
something.
Freakazoid. Yes.
Freakazoid.
Oh, I love Freakazoid. Yeah.
Freakazoid.
I don't think I
He's
cared for
30.
Freakazoid
Wait,
that
you're
much.
I'm 32.
You're Angel.
Oh, okay.
You're 32.
The Tick.
I thought for a second you were gonna say you're like 25, and I was gonna be like, get out of here!
My age.
Oh my god, the Tick.
Yeah,
I
you're 1
remember
year
the
older.
Tick.
Julian. No, he is not your
2 years older
age.
than you older.
Yeah, boo. Because when you
My
said
birthday
Julian's
is in
age,
like 3 days. I'm in
yeah, like look, Julian. Yeah, let's not skim over the fact that you said he was your same age. Boo, no, live in the present, not in the past.
I could swear he was my same age.
Live in the present. You said that. No, he's not. Because if he was your same age, then we're not. So I already know.
Chest.
So,
It hurts.
don't do that to me. Don't you know? It's today, Julian. It's not 2 years ago. So
What is today?
not your 30s. Never mind. Okay.
How old am I?
34.
I'm about to be. That's what I said.
No, you said when he said he was 32, you said, "Oh, we're the
I
same.
thought we
You're
were
my
the same
age."
age. As in, I thought he was going to be 34 this year. I thought he was.
No, I'm going to be
I thought he was
33 this
older.
year.
Is my point. I was like, wait a minute.
Thank you, Destiny.
I have known Angel for a very long time. And
Me
I had
either,
no
Destiny.
idea.
Did not like the Tick.
I hate the Tick. Can't stand it.
I had a love hate with the Tick because the animation of the Tick got me a little bit.
I
Because
loved
as a
the
Game Boy,
Tick. Oh
he
my
was
god,
like
I
very
loved that one.
muscular. His certain things were drawn a little bit much. So I was
Weren't
like,
they, though?
That got me, but
All of this was wide and broad, and then he just had this lump right in the middle. Just woo.
Moose
I think that's what it was.
It wasn't a moose knuckle. It looked like 5-6 mooses right there.
Therein lies the problem. So there.
But
we
here's
have
the
it.
thing about it, like that's why I like Johnny Bravo, because Johnny Bravo gave me confidence in who I needed to be as a man. But it wasn't he wasn't sexy. Like he was sexy, but he wasn't
Not
sexy.
really.
No, because you think about it, he had a flat torso, big chest, big arms. He clearly skipped leg day, but
But
yeah, he's still
never seen a squat.
his hair was perfect. He had a
was
deep
a
voice,
Cheetos.
but he still couldn't get laid.
No.
No.
That's why it gave me confidence. I said, so it don't matter if you cute, huh? It just don't even matter. Julian, what are you doing? Oh, I hope it's legal where you at.
It is. It's New Jersey.
Done got real comfortable.
Oh my
Ass
God.
got real comfortable on national internet.
Guys, stop. No, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all, he just, we
I
just
don't know what you're
got
talking about. No, stop talking about it. We just have to stop talking about it. Yeah.
It was
Yahoo
also,
Yan, who's clearly not paying attention to what he's doing.
Let Chris, because y'all know Chris got to go. Go ahead, Chris.
So mine was actually, and this is gonna be an unpopular opinion, definitely an unpopular opinion. Rugrats.
I love Rugrats. No, wait. We're
Go on
talking
to
about
bed.
ones you didn't like? Do we just...
Go on to bed.
Did you just...
Go on to bed.
Did you
Go on to
just...
bed.
That wasn't me that time. That wasn't me that time.
That was me. Go on to
That
bed.
wasn't me.
Go to bed, Chris. Go to bed. Go to bed.
Ricky was like, I gotta go. And the show is
good
over.
night. Good night.
Look,
The one I want to... Go ahead.
it had a great theme song. I'm telling you, it like it'll stick in your head. It'll just stick there. But like, as far as like watching the episodes, like, I just that was one that like when it came on, I would change it most of the time.
That's
like
crazy to me.
Mine for me was
fire in my brain.
I don't think mine is gonna be that polarizing. I didn't like Cow and Chicken.
That's understandable.
I didn't like Cow and Chicken. But it's crazy because I watched it. I would literally sit through Cow and Chicken the whole time being like, the fuck am I watching this
And hate it the whole time because it's
But I
very
would watch
Ren and
it.
Stimpy. It was very Ren and Stimpy of the time, and I didn't like Ren and Stimpy at the time.
I just didn't like that Cow was such a like, and then Chicken was such a, you know what I'm saying? Like Cow, like sometimes Cow's that character. I'm like, Cow, why are you? I get y'all brothers and sister, but like, cause Cow's the girl, right? Yeah, she had the other, right? I was like, I get y'all brother and sister, but Cal, you could definitely get some other friends, boo. Like, you don't have to hang with him. Right, because he's a lot.
What year was SpongeBob?
Cow and chicken is why so many people from our generation are comfortable staying in toxic ass motherfucking relationships.
Oh, bitch, stop. You just went there.
Cow and chicken.
You
Yes.
just went there.
Yes, I did. And now the more I think about it, that's exactly why, because, like, literally, that's why. That's exactly why I blame cow and chicken.
Oh my god.
SpongeBob came out in 1999.
Really?
Right at the end. Right at the very end.
At the end.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I wouldn't even count it as.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I was never initially like a fan of SpongeBob when it came out. Like,
I'm still not a huge fan. They have their moments though.
They have their moments, but I'm.
They have their moments where I'm like, Patrick is a bottle of laughter all the time. Period.
And like Squidward, like as an adult, is completely relatable. Like,
Squidward sometimes is but to me, like,
no, Squidward. Yeah, Squidward. Yeah.
But
is all of us now.
it's not a horrible show, but to me, like, it's one of those shows where it's like, how is this for children?
Yeah.
For one, but for like Patrick, for me, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Honestly, okay, so mine is gonna be unpopular, obviously, but it's definitely Recess and Pepper Ann, because I
Y'all, why are y'all? Like,
I didn't.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't hate them, but I was just like, they just didn't catch me. They didn't reel me in. So I
Recess was everything. Period.
I would move on to the next cartoon.
Recess is everything. Period. Pepper Ann, I'm with you on Pepper Ann. They did have a good ass. Wait, what was that song? What was that show that Macy Gray did the theme song for?
As Told by Ginger.
Oh, that's
As Told by Ginger.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Someone was told me the grass is much greener. Yo, every time Macy Gray sing, it's like she got a glass of Jack or something and a cigarette.
She does.
And the microphone just like this. She's like, just singing.
And a boa.
Yeah. Yes.
That bitch is everything.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness.
All right, and Dan, is there a is there a show that you would have just like turned right off immediately?
Besides Reboot.
Ooh.
Oh wait,
That's his way. That's his way of telling you he already went, Chris.
Did everybody go? Did everybody go?
Yeah.
So shows who was paying attention.
Because he's ready to go.
Right. When it get, hey y'all, when it get, let me bust Chris out on the national internet. Like by the time we play these little exit videos,
he's already gone.
Chris be gone. Like the rest of us be sitting here talking at Chris be gone. Chris, put your headsets back on. I hate the echo. I don't like hearing my voice. Chris, fix the echo. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. Yeah, but Chris, this motherfucker, like, I'll play like, have a good night. I'll click the video. He gone.
Don't even see bye.
We don't get the debrief. Nothing. If we got something to tell Chris, we gonna have to see him 30 minutes before the next show.
We gotta get the group chat. We might hit the
Whatever,
group chat.
but we love Chris. Stop.
We love Chris.
Duh.
We love that about him though. Cause it's like,
You guys.
Whatever, no.
That means that it's time to end this show.
He's like, so I'm still looking at the clock, and it's still time to be done.
Everything we said the last 5 minutes literally hasn't even registered to Chris.
I've had to pee for 33 minutes. So, this is the
I'll
end.
close out the show for you, Chris. You gonna be, because we gotta play this video real quick.
I love you guys so much.
We love you, Christopher.
Thanks for Chris. Also, thanks Dan for being here.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dan.
thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh,
Thank
for
you for
real.
coming.
Thank
It's
you.
fun.
You guys,
Awesome.
let's do this again,
Dan,
like 2 weeks from now.
Well, we're doing this again Wednesday night.
Okay.
We'll do it again. We'll see you in 2 weeks on Monday. Where the topic.
Right.
Well, I guess. If you're out there and you're watching and you want to be on our 5th chair, which is the chair that Mr. Angel is currently occupying, please hit us up and you will have a spot. Hit us up via Facebook. Yes. Why is everybody pointing anywhere except for Dan?
Maybe I don't.
Because my directions aren't in the same way.
Point down. Point down.
Right. Just all y'all have literally all y'all have to do is point down. I had an issue. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but y'all had to just point down. Okay.
No, like you point down to the part where it says, "Would you like to be a panelist? Email us at admin@WoNellyMedia, WOENELLY media.com."
Yes, Ricky. Thank you for that.
And before we play our rolling credits, I'm going to leave you all with a little teaser, like a 1-minute teaser of a conversation with the cast of Flirting with Destiny. Otherwise, we'll see you all next week. We'll see you all Wednesday for our 24-hour live stream. At 10 o'clock is the Geekin' Out session where we're going to talk about Birds of Prey. Have a good night, be safe, and wear your masks.
Please.
Yes. Bye-bye.
I'm excited to be in a show with them finally.
Oh wow, it has been a while. For Color Girls was the last show we were all. That was the first show. 10 years ago.
Yes.
Oh no! Don't delete that out.
That was pre-Whoa Nelly Media, but it was, in fact, a Duryea Rashad production.
Yes.
So there you go.
I know.
Babies.
We were babies. So we'll really see how much we've grown. That'd be great. Yeah, I love it.
So here we are. So excited. Great.